It's the best damn
episodes
of the year. Okay.
It's the seasons of Christmas.
Season of Christmas.
No, not that kind of Christmas.
It's the season of
Christmas. No this. You're listening to Know This. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Clint. A 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're finally listening. Let out a cheer. It's the best damn episodes
Of the year.
It's the seasons of Christmas.
Season of Christmas.
No, not the kind of Christmas. It's the seasons of Chris Hemsworth.
The Australians.
Australians.
The
mate.
Australians.
It's the seasons of Chris Hemsworth.
Crikey.
Mr. Thor himself.
Put me a shrimp on the barbie.
They don't even call it shrimp. I always thought that was weird.
No.
Like everyone's like shrimp on the barbie, but they call them prawns. It's like not even what they say.
Shrimp and prawns are two different things. You see, Australians are the worst.
Is it though?
Yes, it's two different things.
They look like the same thing. What are prawns except big shrimp?
Yes, it's bigger shrimp.
Once again, it's the season of Christmas, but not that kind of Christmas. It's the seasons of Chris. Now, before we talk about the 4 Chris's, name another Chris that you're interested about. You know, what's another Chris that's in your life?
Christopher Columbus.
That's in your life that much?
I mean,
man, if I could erase him, I would. But
yeah, but he's in my life. I can't do
whether you like it or
him.
not. He's there.
Christopher Walken, great actor.
You know, it was always weird. I'm like, I guess he is a good actor, but you always know it's Christopher Walken because of how he talks. You know? So it's iconic. I think he was in the time of where actors were like they were famous because of their acting. No, like they were famous of who they were. You know, like you would watch a movie because someone's in it, not because whether the story is good or not. It's kind of like those Western movies. They're always like, I'm gonna watch it because of Clint Eastwood or because of those people are in the movie, not necessarily because of whatever the storyline is, because they're all the same.
It's like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's what I'm thinking.
I used to be able to do his voice, but I can't do it anymore.
I'm Christopher Walken.
I'm walking here. Okay, that's just
cowbells.
What?
It's an SNL thing. Okay, let's get to our second Chris today. It's Chris Hemsworth. So for those who are new, this month of December is the seasons of Chris's, where we focus on different Chris's throughout
the year.
But in this podcast, what I'm going to do is I'll ask Clint a few questions about Chris and see what he knows about him. If not, if he doesn't know anything, maybe I'll give him some hints to try to lead him in the right way and maybe just see how clueless he really is. But afterwards, we'll give him the answers. Everybody will be enlightened, more information about Chris Hemsworth, and we'll end it with our last segment. What is it, Clint?
It's a fact from the past. Oh my God, that's the first time I've ever said it right on the first try.
Congratulations, Clint.
Ooh.
All righty. You ready to drop some knowledge?
I'm ready to drop my pants for Chris Hemsworth.
Oh my God.
It's the season of Christmas.
Seasons of Christmas. Okay. So to reiterate, your rankings were Chris Pine.
No.
Oh, no. It was Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Chris Evans.
Uh-huh.
And then Chris Pine.
Uh-huh.
Chris Hemsworth.
Uh-huh.
And then he who shall not be named.
Yep. I don't even want to talk about him.
Chris Pratt. Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see what your opinions will be with Chris after this episode.
Did your opinion of Chris Pine increase from the last episode?
You know what? A little bit. I think it did.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I think so.
Okay.
You know, for those who are listening, if you want to hear what our original rankings were for the 4 Chris's, listen to our previous episode. And for what we ultimately think after all this information, listen to our last episode. I think that'll be on Chris Pratt. So let's get to our first question. Clint, It's gonna be a 5-question lightning round.
It's gonna be May. Sorry. Okay, I'm ready.
And these are things that I feel like you could probably guess these things.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, time
Here you
for
go.
lightning. Zap, zap, lightning.
Okay.
Where is Chris Hemsworth from?
Australia. Melbourne.
How? Melbourne.
Melbourne. Melbourne. How did the Australians say it?
They call it Melbourne, man. They don't even say Melbourne.
They're so
Melbourne.
Lazy with their
Oh my
nicknames. I'm sorry, but Macca's? Huh?
What? You got something against Macca's, dude? Oh, bro, it's so nice because every single McDonald's there has Wi-Fi and it's called Wi-Fi.
Oh, Lord. Every single McDonald's here has Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but they don't call it Wi-Fi. Number 2, how old is Chris Hemsworth?
39.
Who is or who are Chris's siblings?
Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus.
Ooh, not anymore.
I only loaned Liam. I know there's like another brother, that Brian Hemsworth.
Oh, okay, Brian Hemsworth. All right, who is his wife?
Who, Chris's or the rest of the brothers?
Chris's. We're talking about Chris Hemsworth, man.
I don't know. Zoe Zaldana.
Really interesting. Okay.
Probably.
I mean, I will say, okay, here's a hint. She's known for being in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Oh,
It was in Fast 6 and onwards.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Really? Really?
I don't know who else is there. Oh, Charlize Theron.
She wasn't in Fast and Furious, was she?
Isn't she in the Fast and Furious like spinoff?
All right, last question. How tall do you think Chris Hemsworth is?
Tall enough to. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say that.
Tall enough to what, huh?
We're a family-friendly podcast.
He's a tall drink of water. That's what he is.
Ooh. Oh, dang! How tall is that guy? 6'2"?
Okay, 6'2". All right. Well, that's my lightning round. And as a season of Christmas, I thought I would give you a gift.
Season of Christmas.
And it's the gift of early knowledge. I'm just going to tell you the answers right now to these before we get to the in-depth information of how we should feel about Chris Hemsworth himself.
Okay.
So you were correct. He is from Australia. Now, and you thought that Chris Pine from last episode, you thought he was the oldest Chris. And so far with Chris Hemsworth, you are correct. Chris Hemsworth is 37, not 39, but he's still younger than 40
Close
years old.
enough.
Now, Chris's siblings is Liam Hemsworth and Luke Hemsworth. Yeah, they're both actors though, but Chris is the middle sibling.
Oh, he's a middle child. Okay.
It's a shame though, because Luke Hemsworth is the oldest one, but I don't think he got all the looks on his side.
Oh, he don't look too good.
It's kind of like the Jonas Brothers, you know? He's like the Kevin, the oldest one, not the best. Sorry, Luke. And Chris Hemsworth's wife is Elsa Pataki.
Potato?
No, look her up. I think you might know her. You might recognize her.
Elsa Potato? Who the hell is that?
She's from Frozen, you know, Elsa.
I have no idea who she is.
You don't know her? Okay.
No. Yeah, I have no idea who this girl is.
Elsa is Chris's wife, and apparently they've been husband-wife for quite some time now. They have 3 kids together, and it seems like so far from what we know, Chris seems to be a pretty wholesome guy, you know? They've been monogamous, a lasting relationship, but you never know, you know? We just found out about, what was the 2 that we found out split up?
Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis.
Sudoku.
Sudoku.
I don't know. And the last question for this lightning round was, how tall is he? And you got it absolutely correct. He's 6'2".
Oh my God. It's like me and Chris. I like this.
Yeah, that's a thing. Maybe he's going to go up your list because of how closely you guys are connected.
He can go up somewhere else. Okay.
Climb all over you, you know? You could climb on him.
The seasons of Chris's has me in a heat flash.
It might be snowing there, but you in heat. Now, that's our kind of intro. You know, now you know a little bit more about Chris. For those who don't know that much about Chris Hemsworth, he's also Thor in the Marvel franchise. That's kind of what made him like a superstar actor, just because of all his amazing Thor performances. And then, you know, he's kind of like the guy that people think of as really handsome, really big. He's usually a pretty tough guy for the most part when he does his movies. Now we're going to go a little bit more in depth.
Okay.
Now this is going to be questions that might seem to try to figure out whether you think he's the cool guy or whether you think he's no good. Maybe he's boring as hell. And this might actually change where you think his rankings are.
Okay.
So these are going to be 5 more questions.
Oh, Lord.
Chris Hemsworth. Okay. What was the first thing Chris did with his money when he made it big?
What?
What's the first thing he did with his money?
He bought a replica of the Mjolnir. The hammer.
Why does he have to buy a replica? He freaking has, like,
They're
he
not
was the
gonna
guy holding it.
They're
He
not
can just
gonna
steal it.
No, they're not gonna let him take it home.
You know how
gotta
many
pay.
extras do they make of those things?
You don't
He
know.
breaks them all the time, man.
He does.
Well, yeah, you're using it in an action movie. You don't expect props to break by accident.
Okay, fine. All right. First, he bought a motorcycle.
Okay, you said motorcycle.
Yeah, bought a motorcycle. He bought Australia.
Bought me a motorbike.
He
That's
bought
not Australian.
I don't know what you're doing, like a redneck kind of country accent.
Hey, yo, there's some rednecks in Australia too.
I've heard about the crikeys.
They call them bogans. Number 2. What Australian reality show was Chris Hemsworth on?
Australia's Got Talent.
What's his skill? What was his skill gonna be?
I don't know, like rope
Acting?
climbing, mountain climbing. I don't know.
He does not seem like a mountain climber to me. Mountain climbers are usually really like thin. All right, I'll give you a hint.
Wait, Australia's Amazing Race.
Okay, it's not any of those. The hint is there is an American version of this show. You have heard of this show before.
I didn't know he would be in a reality show. Well, he's so much more interesting than Chris Pine already. I'm sorry, Chris Pine, but
I know.
God,
I was like,
man.
I was looking for stuff, and I was like, I think he's more interesting than Chris Pine.
Reality show. Must be like some adventure shit. The Bachelor.
That's how you met Elsa.
Chris, where can I see Crimson? Fear Factor, Australia.
Okay. All
That
right,
was my
Australian
show,
Fear Factor.
man. I love Fear Factor. I religiously watched Fear Factor growing up.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good.
When I was young, I feel like I watched it more too. Like when Joe Rogan was a host.
Actually, I changed my answer. It's Survivor. I'm gonna say Survivor.
Australian Survivor. Okay.
Yeah. Oh God, I would never survive in Australia.
Yo, did you watch Survivor? It's on Netflix now. There's like 2 seasons.
No, I never got into it.
It's trash. Like, I'm not going to recommend anybody to watch it, but like I watched all 2 seasons. It's addicting in the sense where it's like you got to find out who's going to win and you have to find out who's going to backstab who, and how they're going to get voted off the island and whatnot. All right. Number 3. What was the first job that Chris Hemsworth ever had?
Ever had?
I'll let you know he was 14 at the time.
Australia, I don't know, catch some wild spiders.
What? He's a spider wrangler?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of that?
Starting off young. It's Australia.
You don't have to catch the spiders, man. The spiders are helpful. They get rid of the other insects that fly into your place.
Not those spiders in Australia, man. First job. I'm gonna say a paper route boy, newspaper boy.
Is every single person a paper boy or some door-to-door salesman? What is this?
Yeah, all the white people,
Okay, a paper boy.
It's the season of Christmas.
Seasons of Christmas.
It's the best
right.
time of the year.
Question number 4. Now, we're going to get down to current events. So I looked up Chris Hemsworth news. What is the articles talking about in the news for Chris Hemsworth now?
Any news about the new Thor movie?
Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah, that one. Any news about that? That's my guess.
I think that's partially true. That's the big movie news. But what if it's not based on any movie stuff, like anything he's currently like not movie related?
He got fat.
Okay, so he got fat for a movie or something, or
no, not movie related. He just got fat.
Quarantine not doing so well for him.
Not for Chris. Okay. It's the best damn time of the year.
Okay, is that our transition for every single question? So this is our 5th and final question about Chris Hemsworth. Now, there's some controversy. So Chris Hemsworth received a handprint ceremony when he was doing Avengers.
Handprint?
So Disney does a thing where, when people are really famous, when they become stars, they will put their handprints down onto a piece of cement in front of the Chinese theater.
Yeah.
Now, some fans believe he might have misspelled his name and tried to correct it. Okay, while he was writing down his name onto the piece of cement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to text you the picture.
Okay.
And you tell me what you think. Do you think he misspelled his name, or do you think he did it on purpose and maybe he just has bad handwriting?
Okay. All right.
So if you look at the picture, you can see, there's a small symbol of Thor.
Uh-huh.
Next to it has his handprints with some rings. And then you write down your name right underneath.
Yeah, he definitely forgot that T.
Yeah, so if you go, it says Chris and then has Hemsworth. And then that T kind of looks like a last minute plus sign right at the very end.
It's not even a full T. It's an upside down capital T.
Yeah, so what do you think? You think he definitely forgot how to spell his own name?
Yes. And
because that H is pretty prominent.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm pretty sure
it looks like he wrote that H pretty well, but that T seems to be struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think he definitely messed up his own name?
Yeah, I definitely think he forgot the T.
Damn,
but then if he forgot it and then tried to do it last minute, why not do a full T? Oh, no.
See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, maybe it's just bad handwriting and he's just like messing it up or something, or
what do you mean wondering?
Maybe it could
know the answer.
I don't know. Okay, this one's up to interpretation. It could be anybody. It could be anything.
I'm gonna say because it looks like he didn't even finish that T, that he's doing this on purpose. So yes, it's on purpose, not an accident.
Oh.
Stupid, but whatever.
All right. Well, that is all our questions about Chris. We'll get to talking about him and see how you feel about him. But first, let's get on a break. And we're back from the break, but nothing has changed. It's still the seasons of Hemsworth, and let's get right back into it. Clint.
Season of Hemsworth.
Well, Clint, how do you feel?
I could give a rat's ass.
You could give a rat's ass? Does that mean you care or you don't care? I don't know what that means. Like, is it I couldn't give a rat's ass or I could give a rat's ass?
I could give a rat's ass. I think it's I could give
right?
I couldn't. I don't even know.
Like, yeah, who knows? Anyways.
All right.
Okay.
I think I did like 70%, man. Out of those 5 questions,
okay.
70%.
Yeah, no, you got 0.
What? Out of all the 5?
The controversy, we don't know. The last one, I'm going to tell you, the 5th one.
No one knows?
I don't know if anyone's ever actually asked him whether he messed it up on purpose or what.
What the hell?
Before we get there, we got to start with our first question.
I'm going to write him right now.
What was the first thing he did? Clint, you shut your damn mouth right now. Okay. What was the first thing he did with his money when he made it big? Now, you said he bought a motorcycle, but what he did, according to the news outlets and what he said he did, so I don't know if that's actually the first thing, but the first thing he did was he paid off his parents' house.
Oh, that's nice. Mm-hmm. Look at him.
Because he was the first one. I'm guessing he's the first one in his family to really make it big, to break out and become like a superstar. So he wanted to pay off his parents' house, and that's what he said he did.
Oh.
So, so far, sounds like a pretty wholesome guy.
So far.
Is he really worth the 3rd place part in your ranking? Who knows? Maybe number 2 will change your mind. What Australian reality show was he on? Now, you said Survivor.
Uh-huh.
That would be kind of cool because some stars actually do Survivor. I was watching a season and they had an NBA player on Survivor, and I was like, oh, okay.
Retired or
I think active? He was retired, I'm guessing.
Okay.
I don't think they would have an active NBA
player. They wouldn't let them.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, they wouldn't let him starve himself for like a month at an island.
And they can get injured. Liability.
They're not wasting that money.
Well, maybe if it's like a sucky player. Go ahead.
You're on the G League. You're just like, whatever, man. You'll make more money there than you will here. So just go.
You go.
Okay, so the reality show he was on was Dancing with the Stars.
The Stars?
Yeah. So he was one of the stars. He was on Dancing with the Stars in 2006.
Oh, that's a while ago.
So it was way before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that. You got to make your money somehow, Chris.
So how far do you think Chris Hemsworth made it?
I'll tell you what, he made it real low on my list now because of Dancing with the Stars. I don't know. I don't think he's a dancer, so I don't know. Like, how many players are there? I don't know. 10th place?
So there are, yeah, there's like 10 of them.
Okay, I'll give him the benefit. 8th place.
8th place. Okay, okay. Well, the answer is that he
Won?
No, he did not win. He got 5th place.
Oh, wow. Okay, Chris.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 5th place is still not that great.
No.
I was watching some of his dances, and he's not a dancer.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that out there. He's not gonna make it big as a dancer.
Ooh.
He should stick to acting because he's not gonna get much of that dancing part. Okay.
Going further down my list, Christopher.
It's funny because he was being interviewed, I think by BBC or something, and he said the Dancing with the Stars thing almost got him rejected from the Thor movies. Yeah, because apparently, like, the people who are casting, like, would look at his picture and they're like, "Oh, I recognize him. Like, isn't he the guy on Dancing with the Stars?" And then they're like, "We don't know if we want Thor, you know, the guy with a beard and long hair." And then people looking at Chris Hemsworth and finding like videos of him as Dancing with the Stars, you know, that kind of ruins the image.
Yeah.
But he still got the part, so good for him.
It's like, it's a no for us, man.
They're like, you check all the marks, except you are on Dancing with the Stars. So I'm not really sure anymore. I don't know. Would you go on Dancing with the Stars?
If I was a struggling actor or like I'm not in the limelight anymore, sure, why not?
Yeah, I always feel like it's always C-rated stars.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
never famous people.
It's never like people that are good anymore, you know?
No.
Or it's like athletes who aren't actually movie stars, you know?
So it doesn't really even make sense. But whatever.
Yeah. It kind of feels like oh, that's what your career has led to, you know?
And I will take the money, man. I will take that check.
That's the only thing. But if you need the money, you need the money. So
I will take the check and the exposure. Hello.
Is it a good exposure though? He almost lost his Thor contract.
All publicity is good publicity.
All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, speaking of publicity, what was the first job he had? You said Spider Wrangler. What?
Yes.
And then you said Paperboy. Both of them are false.
Oh.
So when he was 14 years old, he told, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or something, or one of the Jimmys, and he said that when he was 14 years old, he was cleaning breast pumps at a pharmacy. Apparently, his job was to wipe off like the dried milk off of breast pumps.
Oh God!
I know, it's kind of gross, right? It's like, and I'm kind of wondering, like, why are there breast pumps at a pharmacy? That's kind of the weird thing. Like,
so they have reusable breast pumps? That's
like, is this like a public breast pumping facility or something?
Is that hygienic? I don't know.
Like, I'm wondering, is there some disconnect between like Australian hygiene versus American hygiene? Like, is there a different thing? According to Chris, that's what he did. You know, so it's kind of weird, right? It's kind of like a little off-putting. So far, nothing really bad about him. You know, he's not a bad person. I haven't seen him ever go into jail, unlike Chris Pine.
He didn't go to jail, okay? He just got pulled over.
Okay, well, Chris Hemsworth still has his license, okay? So I think he's still okay.
He's fine now. It was just a 6-month ban, okay?
And number 4, we're talking about current events. Why is Chris's name on the news right now? He is in the news because he released this Instagram photo, and I'm going to send you this picture too.
Oh, should I get
of him working out?
Oh no, here we go.
And I'm going to send you this link right here. Ooh. And it's on Instagram, so you can always check out Chris Hemsworth and follow along with us. He's at Chris Hemsworth, so pretty easy.
He's on the news for this. Holy crap! Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, he's jacked, man.
He's so
like
big.
That. I kind of feel like he's a little too big, in my opinion. Okay, like he's really buff, but a little too much.
Yeah, he needs to calm down.
Like, it looks like he's wearing like a fat suit, but like a buff suit. Like, it doesn't fit his body.
He looks like Thanos.
Yeah, kind of. Like, you know, if Thor became Thanos and he was like this buff, I could almost see it. So many people were talking about it. He's in a bunch of random like gossip newses and stuff like that. And a lot of other superstars were commenting on this post saying like, hey, I think you gotta stop working out because you're gonna make me look bad in the new Thor film, and stuff like that.
Yeah, he looks
But
gross.
yeah, this picture, he's like a little too buff. Like it's not flattering for me.
Yeah, he has moved down to 5th place for me.
I don't know. Like Chris Pine still got the body that's like all right, it's not too bad.
Like average.
He's got good looks.
Yeah. He's not
Chris
over
Hemsworth.
here looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't.
You know what? Honestly, he kind of looks like a young Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I kind of get that.
Yeah.
All you need is a little bit of bronzer on him, and then that's the governor right there.
California. Oh God. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for
That's some crazy stuff. Yeah. So what I wrote was, why is he in the current events? Then my answer was his big ass muscles. That's why.
More like gross ass muscles. He worked hard for it though, so good for you, Chris.
I think so. I think he's really into fitness, and he even made his own. He has his own fitness company. I don't know if you've ever heard of Center.
I always see the ads for it.
Yeah, like apparently it's some good stuff. I don't know. I don't work out.
I don't know.
Yeah. But this is Chris. The 5th one we talked about is his controversy. The problem is that normally, you know me, I like to put in a little drama when I talk about people, but for some reason, Chris Hemsworth has very little controversies. He doesn't have much drama. He and Elsa have been good this whole time. There's nothing really wrong with him. No one's ever like caught him speeding or anything. The most I could find was the controversy of whether he misspelled his name or not when he was writing his own name down in his handprint ceremony. I think what he did was he did the classic thing where you write like your first letter and then you write your last letter. So you try to like organize it. And when he was writing it, he was like, oh shoot, I can't fit in that T anymore.
I think so too. Oh no, I think he did it on purpose because he didn't even finish the T. Like he just.
What's the purpose of misspelling your name on purpose?
Yeah, I don't know. Just to be like.
And the thing is that I looked it up and they said that you get to practice writing your name beforehand.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, never mind. It's an accident.
So he could practice this too, but nope. He just left it like this. So I'm kind of wondering, what was the point? Like, what did he mess up? How did he mess this up?
God. Chris Hemsworth, you suck.
Yeah, but when I was researching him, those are my questions. And he seems like a pretty wholesome guy. I can't find any dirt on him. He seems pretty good in my opinion. The only things where I would put him down was like, yeah, these things they kind of just rub me the wrong way in some of these things, working out a little bit too much, wiping off breast milk.
That's what rubs you wrong. You work out too much. I can't be your friend.
I can't work out. I can't be chill with people who work out too much, man. I don't want people who have gym as their life. I can't do it.
All right.
Yeah, those are my questions. How's that feeling with you? What do you think about Chris so far?
He hasn't moved down the list.
He's still 3rd?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, what if I told you that, Chris Hemsworth has his own beehive?
Okay, he's going down 5th place.
Damn, really?
No, I love the bees.
What if I told you he's an environmental advocate?
I don't care. Chris Pine all the way, man.
Chris Pine was so boring, man. Chris Pine, he was number 1 on my list.
Boring
but
too.
He's down to like number 4th right now, dude.
Nothing has changed about my opinion for Chris Hemsworth. He's also not interesting. I don't.
Chris Hemsworth has his own beehive, man. Isn't that cool? That's kind of cool.
Good for you. I don't.
Was Chris Pine in a reality show? Huh?
No, he didn't need to.
He wasn't interesting enough. Even the reality show didn't want him.
Chris Pine has the voice of an angel.
Okay. He's got a good voice though, but I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's the best.
But like, come on, man. Like he paid off his parents' house, man. Like I feel like that's so wholesome.
I could give a rat's ass.
Damn, dude. I feel like I might put Thor higher up. I don't remember what I put him in my list.
He was 3rd on your list.
He was 3rd on my list too?
From what I remember. Oh, I couldn't give a rat's ass. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, he couldn't.
I could not give a rat's ass.
What's funny though? Something that I found out was that he auditioned for Thor, right? But so did Liam Hemsworth also.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
I could.
Isn't that kind of funny? Like, I don't know if I want to compete with my own brother trying to get a role.
It's awkward.
Yeah. And the funny thing was that Liam Hemsworth actually got more callbacks than Thor did.
What?
Yeah, Liam Hemsworth actually got to like the top 4th or 5th guys in like who they wanted as Thor.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is that apparently all of them kind of fell through. Like none of them seemed to make the cut. The only reason they said that Liam wasn't good enough was because Liam was too young to be Thor at that point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Chris's manager actually got him a second interview to try to go again, a second audition.
Oh.
And then that's when they're like, ooh, now I can really see Chris Hemsworth being that actual guy.
Oh, interesting. If it's
It
meant
could
to
have
be,
been
man.
Liam.
Yeah, if it's meant to
It
be,
could
it's
have
meant
been
to
Liam.
be. Yeah. Ooh. Good for you, Chris.
Right. Chris Hemsworth still got that chops. He's got the funnies. He's got the muscles. Seems to be a pretty cool guy.
I will not have a definitive answer to that ranking until after the last Chris episode.
Okay. Well, we'll find out. In 2 more Chris episodes, we'll get to what our definitive Chris rankings are for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's the end of the Chris Hemsworth episode. Clint, I hope you learned something too about Chris.
Sure.
And as always, we'll end it off with our last segment. Clint, hit us with that last segment.
It's time for Pass from the Pack. Well, fuck it.
There it is. There's the Clint I know.
Fact from the pass.
Okay, what's the fact? What's the past fact? What is it?
Because I want to say packed, but it's not packed. It's fact. Okay.
So what you're just mixing past and fact together?
Yeah.
And it's packed.
It's like Brangelina, but between fast and packed. Anyways, we're gonna go back to our Broadway episode, Jeremy.
Ooh. Okay.
Because it's the best time of the year.
Year.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. dun.
Okay. If any musicals want new singers, me and Jeremy are ready to go.
Yo, and I'll even dance too. I'll be a dancer too. I'll be an ensemble cast member. I don't need to be the star. It's okay.
That's where you and me differ. I want to be the line in the spotlight.
It's because you don't got the dance move. That's why.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, so about Broadway, I don't think you ever mentioned this in the episode. If you did, well, fuck it. Let's just run with this.
Let's do it.
But did you know Broadway is the longest street in New York? The state of New York. Broadway is the longest street in New York. But it's also one of the longest streets in the world, actually.
Oh,
yes.
I did not talk about that in the Broadway episode.
Yes. So
I didn't even know that. I mean, one, I wasn't talking about the streets. I was clearly talking about Broadway theater. But yeah, cool. Okay.
Same thing. It's the same.
The Broadway street.
Yes.
Okay. How long is it?
Well, I don't have a definite number because it's all if it's all the sources I've looked at have been different, but it seems to be between like 16 to 18 miles. Sorry.
Okay.
13 to 16 miles.
Okay. I can't tell if that is that long or is that short. I don't know how long a normal street is, but
It was long because if it's one of the longest in the world, it's up there, and it's the longest in the state of New York. That's pretty long.
I'm guessing like streets mean like local streets, right? Like not highways.
Yes,
because I feel like highways are definitely longer than that.
Yeah. In comparison to the longest street in the world, which is I don't know how to say Young Street. Oh, it's spelled Yonge, but it's pronounced Young.
Oh, you couldn't pronounce Young.
Not with that spelling. It confused me. Okay. It's a street in Canada, in Ontario, Canada, and it is the longest street in the world, spanning 35 miles. So
35 miles. Okay, so that's the gauge that we have. 35 is like the longest thing.
So, but according to Wikipedia, Broadway runs 13 miles. Oh, no, sorry.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, Broadway, okay. I think we have to do everything again. According to Wikipedia, Broadway runs for 33 miles.
33 miles.
Yes. So ignore what I said about everything, folks.
Okay.
It's 33 miles. Well, it's because it's like, so the Broadway runs, they said in Manhattan, it's 13 miles, but then it extends to different
past
parts.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
Right.
So apparently it's the whole thing of a Broadway street is 33 miles. Oh, that's
Dang.
okay. That's pretty close. That's like what, number 2, number 3? I don't know.
Dude, you could have a Broadway marathon, dude. You could just go from one end of the street to the other end of the street. You know?
Maybe
I could see that.
maybe the New York City Marathon is on Broadway. I don't know. I've always wanted to do like a city marathon. Just never.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you want to run 26 miles, dude? I have no desire to do that. I will walk that. Okay, maybe I'll walk a marathon. I will never run a marathon. Dude.
You don't have to. You don't have to run
death.
it. I just want to be a part of it.
What's the longest you've ever run, man?
Like I don't know.
Yeah. Is it even 5 miles?
I've done 5
5K.
miles.
You've done 5 miles?
Yeah, I've done 5 miles.
Really?
No, not nonstop. I'll stop. Hell no. But I just kept going. I was running away from home. That was it.
That's your marathon.
And I was like, I guess I'll go back. I'm too tired now. But yeah, that's my fact from the past. Broadway is the longest street in New York and one of the longest in the world at 33 miles.
That's actually pretty cool. You know, I did not find that when I was looking up Broadway stuff. So that's a cool information, man.
You're welcome, America.
You know, you learn something new. You learn something about past episodes. Broadway episode was a great episode. We should watch that one again. Listen to it. Find us on YouTube, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your episodes. Spotify, Overcast, Google Podcasts, whatever you want. Oh, well, Clint, hit us with our ending credits.
Thanks for listening, guys. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at KnowThisPod. Please rate and review our podcast. It really helps us out. And if you have any suggestions for topics or comments about our podcast, please email us at theknowthispodcast@gmail.com.
Cover art by Amy Hoffman. Music by Karthik Korakran. Edited and produced by Clint Valencia and Jeremy Mack. See you next week.
It's the best time of the year.
God, that was so bad. Oh my God.
Bye, guys.